Yes.
We also know that there was no knife that was found up in the bathroom area, right?
Yes.
So we know that you took it, right?
I don't remember having the knife at all afterward.
But there was no knife up there, right?
I haven't heard any testimony about that. So I would
You would
agree.
acknowledge, ma'am, that Exhibit 193, that Mr. Alexander was stabbed. You would acknowledge that, right?
Yes.
And you would acknowledge that that stabbing was with the knife, right?
Yes.
And according to your version of events, you would acknowledge that that stabbing was after the shooting, according to you, right?
Yes, I don't remember.
I'm not asking you if you remember, ma'am. I'm asking if you acknowledge that it would be you that did it, correct?
Yes.
And you would acknowledge that a lot of the stab wounds, and if you want, we can count them together, including the ones to the head, were to the back of the head and to the back of the torso, correct?
Okay.
Well, no, I
I
don't.
count them. I don't know. I'll just take your word for it.
Would you like to take a look at the photograph?
No.
So if he is being stabbed in the back, would you acknowledge at that point that he's no threat to you, right?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I don't know.
Well, if he's already been shot, according to you, and he's facing away from you, how could he possibly be any threat to you?
I could only guess. I don't know what you're asking me.
Well, with regard to you were here when the medical examiner testified about the wound to the throat. Do you remember that?
Yes.
With regard to that wound, ma'am, you would acknowledge that that was, in terms of the stab wounds, you would acknowledge that that was the last wound in the sequence of events.
She says she doesn't remember.
Overruled. That
How
wasn't
can she
the,
acknowledge the sequence of the stabs that she doesn't know doesn't have any memory of them?
that wasn't the question. Overruled. You may answer the question.
Are you talking about his testimony?
Yes.
I disagree with the sequence of events.
Would you agree that you're the person who actually slit Mr. Alexander's throat from ear to ear?
Yes.
Would you also agree that you're the individual that stabbed him in the upper torso?
Yes.
And you're doing all of this according to your version of events. You're doing this to this individual after you have already shot him, right?
Yes.
Correct?
I believe so.
Well, no. Do you remember previously talking to us about how he was coming at you and he was this horrible man with his mean face? Do you remember telling me that?
Yes, I didn't say he was horrible.
Okay. Thank you for correcting me, but do you remember telling us that he was a mean man?
Not today.
Well,
That's
previously you did say that he was a mean man, correct?
I think I did, yes.
And on this particular occasion, you told us that he was cursing at you, right?
Yes.
And that he threw you down, right?
Yes.
That he chased you down, right?
Yes.
And this is the individual that you shot first, right?
I didn't know if I shot him. It just the gun went off.
The gun went off, right? You can at least acknowledge that. Correct?
Yes.
That's something that you did here, correct?